All right, welcome to Live Life, Live Free's call where we talk about the products tonight. So thanks for joining us. I know there's some people from New Zealand on the call, so it's late over there. Hi, Lisa. I know it's freezing where Laurie is because she's got a little beanie on, but I hope you're all comfy and we won't take up much of your time at all. So what you're going to hear tonight is my story, who I am, how I've come to be here, a little bit about Australia's health crisis, who needs to cleanse, why isogenics, who is isogenics, the basics of isogenics, some success stories, and how to get started with isogenics. So my name is Heidi McCallan, and my story with isogenics begins almost 5 years ago now. I was a time in my life where I just had my second baby daughter. I was really struggling to take the pregnancy weight off. I was working 56 hours a week as a nurse manager and on the weekends as a nurse in a private hospital, just trying to make ends meet. My husband was working 6 days a week. And, my health really took its toll. I thought I was doing all the right things. I was cutting out my carbohydrates. I was working with a personal trainer. I was doing everything right. I wasn't that person that would eat chocolate. However, the weight just was not budging. So I'd seen this girl on Facebook. Her name was Belinda, and I'd met her through a baby sleep forum. And she was doing this silly diet called isogenics, silly shake diet. And I thought, I just waited for her to put all the weight back on. I waited for her to fail. But after around 3 months, she didn't. She was looking amazing and built enough belief in it that, I should give this a go myself. So I had an amazing transformation. Within 3 months, I released 27 kilos. I went on to use the products for 4 years. I then had some IVF treatment and fell pregnant with our third baby daughter. And I was able to use the products all during my pregnancy, and now I'm using them again to transform my body. And I promise no more babies. I promise. So let's have a look at Australia's I like to call it a health crisis. And today, as a society, we're becoming fatter, and 64% of Australian adults are overweight or obese, according to the ABS statistics in 2014 and 15. You'll also see that chronic diseases are on the rise. Cardiovascular conditions such as coronary artery disease and stroke, cancers, diabetes, many respiratory disorders, osteoporosis, chronic kidney disease, all of these things are on the rise. In 2014-15, the ABS statistics showed that 5.1% of the Australian population, that's 1.2 million people, had some form of diabetes, and that's an increase from 4.5% in 2011 and 12. 1 in 3 Australian men and 1 in 4 Australian women will be diagnosed with cancer by the age of 75. And events over the last 50 years have dramatically increased environmental pollutants in our air, in our water, and in our soil. And as a result, every human being now is toxic to a certain extent. So that brings me to my next question, is who needs to cleanse? And I believe anyone that drinks water, breathes the air, or eats food, which is all human beings, need to do some sort of cleansing. Now, 100 years ago, we wouldn't need to be having this conversation, but advances in technology has seen an increase in unorganic materials in our world and in our bodies. And you'll see that there's so many toxins that we're exposed to on an everyday basis. You just take artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors, colors, household chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, fungicide, emulsifiers, preservatives. And just an average day, someone gets up in the morning and they take a glass of water. What's in that water is chlorine. Chlorine is in our water to kill all microorganisms, and we're microorganisms. We then go and shower in that water, and our skin is our largest organ, and we have pores. So once the water hits our skin, that's within our bloodstream. We then put lotions, potions, parabens, on our body again, absorbing it. We put a face full of makeup on, ladies. We then get dressed in unorganic materials, often that we come in contact with have fire retardants. We then grab something to eat, and that's something quick, usually coffee and a piece of toast. What nutritional value is in that? And then I hear the people that say that I eat really well, and I really challenge that thought. Do we eat well? Just on conventional fruit and vegetables, it's estimated we eat around 3 to 4 litres of pesticides, herbicides and fungicides a year. We then go to work when everyone else is going to work, where the cars are with their emissions and a lot of other environmental toxins in our air. We then decide that before we get to the office, we're extremely tired, and we hit up the coffee shop and we have our double shot piccolo latte, anything to stimulate our bodies. We then get to work and realize that we really don't like where we're working. We're feeling stressed. And again, the ABS says that 70% of the Australian population is feeling some sort of psychological distress. Then it comes afternoon tea time. We realize that we're in another slump. We need to stimulate our bodies again, just like we did in the morning. So we may hit up the cafe again, or perhaps the vending machine. We look for chips, we look for chocolates, anything that's going to stimulate us and get our bodies going. And then it's time for the gym, and we've got all good intentions. We've packed our gym bag, we set it out the night before, and here we realises that, well, I've just eaten a Mars bar and a packet of Smith's chips. What's the point? I'll start again tomorrow. Or perhaps the people that get themselves to the gym but just have clearly no energy to do a good workout. We get home, and unlike in the middle of the day and at the beginning of the day where we needed to stimulate our bodies, we need to now de-stress from the day. And so we pour ourselves a glass of wine, perhaps have a beer to get us through, the 5 to 7 peak hour. If you're a parent, you'll know exactly what I mean when I say peak hour. We then sit on the lounge, feeling disgusted with ourselves, feeling tired and lethargic. With our muffin top, we have to undo our pants and realize that we need to start another diet, but let's start next Monday. So we sit on our phone and we scroll and we find out what we're going to do next week to make ourselves feel better. We then drag ourselves to bed, unable to get to sleep, or perhaps you get to sleep to be woken up shortly after and then toss and turn for the rest of the night. And then it seems like we just fall into a deep sleep and the alarm goes off and we do it all again. Does that sound familiar? So, Dr. John Anderson is our master formulator with Isogenics, and he knew exactly what the body needed. And I think we've, from my illustration in the previous slide, we've all come into toxins. We eat them, we breathe them, we absorb them. They're all around us. Stress, chemicals, and preservatives. And the body is just so overwhelmed with these man-made chemicals, it simply doesn't know what to do with them. So Dr. John Anderson, who's on the screen in front of you there, he's had over 30 years experience with over 600 nutraceutical companies. And he came up with an idea within his retirement. And his idea was to develop a whole body cleanse, something that had never been done before. He would, 1, clean up the environment. Let's get rid of the junk. Flood the body with 100% building blocks that it needed, and then balance the body. And this would allow the body to stop simply surviving and really start thriving. So let's move through some of these processes. The first of all is the cleansing process. And it's really important to know that the body doesn't, the Cleanse for Life that you see on the screen in front of you doesn't do the cleansing. The Cleanse for Life simply supercharges our natural detoxification pathways. The body is cleansing itself. And it does that with the help of Cleanse for Life. So first of all, we want to remove the water-soluble toxins. And these toxins are pretty easily done. You can do that through a juice fast or a water cleanse. It simply means just rinsing them out. The second one is the removal of the fat-soluble toxins. And there's a set of enzymes in the Cleanse for Life which allows this to be broken down so they become water-soluble toxins and then to be rinsed out. But the third phase is the most amazing and something that I've never seen before, and that is by a process called chelation. Chelation really refers to the removal of heavy metals. Now, we have 100 trillion cells, and we absorb things that they don't belong. For example, PCBs. PCBs is a banned toxin. It was banned over 40 years ago, but you'll still find it in newborn babies today. And the cleanse has the ability to go in and open the cell door, transport nutrients, and pull the garbage out. And as I said, this process is known as chelation. Now, this has been proven by science, and we have a Skidmore study that's published and peer-reviewed in a medical journal. And it showed that these PCBs that I was speaking of were higher, or the serum PCBs were higher in the isogenics group. Now, that sounds alarming to most people, but let me go on to explain that these PCBs hide within a cell. So therefore, if a isogenics group had more serum, meaning in your blood PCBs, it means that there is less PCB within a cell and more within the bloodstream. So then having the ability for your body to use its natural detoxification pathways and remove that. So that is our cleansing process. The second process is the nutrition side of things. And this is how we replace our nutrition, I shouldn't say replace, I think that's the wrong word to use. We plug our nutritional deficits using the isolene shake. Now, foods these days are very calorie dense but nutritionally poor. Take a burger, for example. So the body can't live without the 90 macro and micronutrients, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, and vitamins. And you know, all those pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides that I mentioned, well, that's also damaged the ecosystem. So the rocks that are there in our soil, we need the microorganisms to break them down to become water soluble for the plants to uptake and then for us to eat. And because we've damaged the ecosystem with these pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides, it means that we don't have as many of those nutrients within our soil and within our plants. So although you may feel like you're eating a raw, organic, amazing, vegan hoochie-doochie diet, we are still missing trace minerals and vitamins, and therefore we plug that with the isolene shake. And as you can see here, that's not what is in your shake. You're not going to get a steak within your shake, but you're going to get the nutrients that are contained within these foods in a 250 calorie meal. So when people are wanting to lose weight with isogenics, it's simply fine to replace your meals with 2 isolene shakes. But going forward and maintaining your results, it's simply, if you like, a plug to those nutritional deficits that sit in Western diet. So we then need to balance our body. And isogenics pairs you with a system that addresses the nutrition, the cleanse, and then other items to support and balance the body. One that I really want to talk to you about today is the Ionic Supreme. And Ionic Supreme is an adaptogen-packed liquid, and that just simply means that it adapts to what your body requires. These adaptogens in here adapt, especially designed for sort of stress and anxiety. A lot of us hold a lot of stress and anxiety, and that is not going to produce optimal health. When we have an increase in stress, we have an increase in our cortisol, and that will actually prevent any weight loss as well, and also make you feel a little bit have that brain fog. So we take 30 mils of Ionic Supreme generally in the morning. Some people take it at night to help them get that nice, deep, restorative sleep. So we have some stories on tonight. So Brian, if you could unmute your line and tell us how you got fit.
Hi guys, I'm Brian, married to Christina and dad of 3 boys. Before isogenics, I was overweight, I was stressed, I was tired, and just looking for solutions. So I actually met Heidi, and Heidi introduced me to the program, and I was able to get my energy back, drop the excess kilos, got my mental clarity, which was really good. I used to have a lot of head pain and tummy discomfort, so I got my mental clarity, which was great, and I got this digestive harmony, which has been a life changer for me. So moving on, I've got a physical job. Do a lot of heavy lifting all day, and I found at 40 years of age, I couldn't keep up. I was fatigued and I was tired. I tried the amp rage, the recovery, and e-shots throughout the day, and I found that really helped me to back up and keep going, which was great. And the other thing was, a lot of boys around the job sites that I was engaged with, they were spending a lot of money on food throughout the day. They'd drop, $8, $10 on morning tea, another 15, 20 bucks on lunch. So they're sitting around $25 to $30 a day. And I found by taking the products to work with me that I was saving a lot of money, which helped us at the end of the month, to pay the bills, which was great. So I use the products every day. It's been 3.5 years. They're absolutely fantastic. I recommend them to all my family and friends.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. And Nick.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, so I have been using the system now for about a year. I was introduced by Heidi. I had watched her for 4 years and then finally decided to give it a go. I've lost 15 kilos and 82 centimeters and kept that off for almost a year now. But most important to me was the energy that I got from the products. Before using them, I was just tired all the time. I had no energy for my kids. And yeah, the energy that I have now is just amazing. I still run on very little sleep because I have a 2-year-old who doesn't sleep much, but I have the energy to deal with that now, which has just been amazing.
Oh, but he's dead cute. Look at him there, little laddie. And Lisa.
Hello, hopefully you can hear me. My internet is terrible and keeps cutting out. So my story started about 11 months ago. I was going on a family holiday to Fiji. I couldn't shift those excess kilos. I couldn't get rid of my muffin top, drop the alcohol, drop the carbs. Nothing would work. And I refused to believe it was because I was nearly 40. So I went on holiday not feeling great, met the lovely Lauren Petrovic, who some of you may know, who looked amazing. Her eyes sparkled and she was so enthusiastic when she spoke about isogenics. Obviously, when you're on holiday, the last thing you want to do is a 30-day cleanse. So it was only when I came back, I had no energy. Every day was like Groundhog Day, that I Facebook stalked Lauren and said, I'm going to give this a try. And I still remember on day 5, it was a Saturday morning. I woke up at 6 o'clock, and anyone who knows me knows don't call the house before 10. We all lie in. And I was lying there wide awake, went for a walk, had loads of energy, came back, told my husband, you're doing this. To which he said, no, I'm not. And with some persuasion, it did take a lot of persuasion. He's a GP, so he's a bit of a skeptic with anything like this. He said yes. Within 30 days, he dropped 6 kgs and joined the gym for the first time in 45 years. So I was pretty happy about that. I myself felt I had more energy, was waking up earlier in the morning. I dropped 5 kgs and wasn't doing any additional exercise. I was doing 2 yoga classes a week. And since then, I've put the products on my body every day and I'm not going back. So I'm very thankful to Heidi for introducing Lauren.
Yeah, the ripple effect, huh? Thanks. So why network marketing? Why are our products distributed this way? And John Anderson, as I said, he was in retirement. He'd worked for over 600 nutraceutical companies, and they'd all gone and chopped and changed and compromised his products for a larger product or retail margin, if you like. So he wanted to ensure the quality of his products. And the way he did that is through the means of network marketing. So you won't find products that will have advertising. They don't pay for advertising. They don't put them in a retail shop. There's no wholesaling fees. The way he can ensure the quality of his products is through word of mouth advertising, which is the network marketing industry. The other reason he wanted them distributed via network marketing is because of that support aspect. And a lot of you will understand if you've ever tried to change your health before, we're really good on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday By Thursday, we've fallen off, and Friday, we're eating the pizza. Saturday, Sunday, we're gorging because we'll just start next Monday, and it's this merry-go-round. So studies prove that peer support health change is just as effective, if not more effective, than professional support health change. So we all start on Isogenics, and it comes with a guide, and that fits 99% of people. But we have that support aspect, and we also have really experienced coaches, which allows us to adapt the program depending on your specific goals. So why Live Life, Live Free? Why join our team? Well, our team at the moment stands at 25,000 people, and that's grown that way in just over 4 years. We have so many experienced coaches, so we know that we're going to get you the best possible results. We have recipe plans. We have workouts that you can do at home, full of inspiration. We're going to love you till you get your results. And we promise that you will get the best possible results. So how do you get started? There's 3 ways to get started. You can start as a retail customer, which is pretty self-explanatory. If you want to pay a $50 membership fee, which is a 12-month membership fee, you can be a preferred customer and receive 25% off. But most of our people come on as a preferred customer on an auto ship rewards program, which entitles you to 30% off. And that's a $25 membership fee, but it comes free in many of our starter packs. You also can get a significant rebate for helping your friends get started also with Isogenics. So there's lots of different systems, and I think it comes down to the effort you want to put in, the results you want to get out, and how much suits your budget. So these are your 3 packs. We've got your ultimate pack on the left there. In the middle, we've got the premium pack, and then a 30-day basic starter pack. They're all great packs to get started on. One's going to come in at $25 a day. One's going to come in at $20 a day, and the other one's going to come in at $15 a day. But what you'll see there is that on your premium, on your ultimate pack, you have all your supplementation, you have all your snacks, you have 2 out of your 3 main meals a day, you have electrolyte drinks, you have your membership, you have your blender, you have absolutely everything. This is your ultimate experience. So if you want very little work, you want to take the guesswork out, you're busy, you don't have time for meal planning or snack planning, then this is the pack for you. You then drop down to your premium pack, which is still an awesome place to get started. It contains some of your snacks, some of your the supplementation range, not all of it, and your basic 30-day system within there. And then your basic 30-day system is just that. It's basic. You're going to have to do a little bit more prep work. You're going to have your snacks. You're going to be a little bit more organized. So when it comes down to it, I always say to people, what have you got over the next 30 days that you're prepared to invest in yourself? Is it $25, $20, or $15 a day? We then back down into a maintenance system. Now, everyone maintains their results differently. I find most people start with an ultimate pack. They then may go back to the basic pack there for the next month, perhaps another couple of months, depending on where their goals are at and how much they have to lose. Then moving forward, how they maintain their results is very dependent on you, and your coach will help you design that program. But I find that most people maintain it around $6 to $8 a day moving forward, and that's able to keep those results long term, which is really exciting as well. So we have guaranteed results. Isogenics will back their products with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it's really a risk-free investment in your health. So do you have $25 a day to invest in yourself over the next 29 days? If you're not completely satisfied on that 30 days, send it back and get a full refund. That's how much they support these products. As I said, they're also all backed by science. There's 7 peer-reviewed articles, all published in medical journals also. So, that concludes our little session tonight. We don't want to keep you too long. I'm very happy to answer questions. You can contact me, or whoever brought you on the call tonight or invited you on the call will follow up with you in the next couple of days, I imagine. But I just want to say something to you, because a lot of people told me not to do isogenics. In fact, I told my friend Belinda not to do isogenics. It was just a fad. It wasn't going to work. I had my mum telling me, I've done one of those things before. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to tell you not to do something. But I just want to say that this is me in Bora Bora, 27 kilos lighter, with a business under my belt, working from home, actually working from Bora Bora there. And I don't say it to be cocky. I just say that everyone is going to have an opinion about everything. But unless they've tried it and they've given it a good go, then, make that decision for yourself. And based on the stories that you've heard tonight, the science that is out there that is published, and also on the guarantee that isogenics will give you your money back if you're not completely satisfied, then what do you really have to lose? And Albert Einstein says insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And I was clearly insane for many, many years, taking carbohydrates out of my diet, increasing my exercise and decreasing my calories, and expecting different results every single Monday. So I'm really glad that one day I just tried something different. I thought outside the box and ordered my box, and everything in my life changed from that moment on. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I do hope to see you on board on the group. And I can't wait to see your transformation. So thanks very much, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See you later.